Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and I have a fun Father's Day card to share with you. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossoms, Gnome Dies Sport Add-ons 1, our Scallop Circle and Stitch Circle dies, our Gnome dies, our Word Bubble dies, Happy Hello stamp set, the Have a Ball Gnomey stamp set, the Happy Hello Add-ons 2, our Game Day stencil, and Doodlebug's Polka Dot Plaid, and their Touchdown 6-inch pad. I did do that ink blending on our, our March 2024 release and review, and I put together the gnome and the football on the Gnome Dies Sport Add-ons 1 assembly video, so check that out. So first I have a piece of dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink cut at 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½ inches to make an A2 sized vertical card. And I've got a piece of Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock that I'm going to add to the inside, just, to give me somewhere to write. That's cut at 4 by 5¼ inches, and I'll add that with my ATG tape. And I'm going to add a 1-inch strip of this football paper from that Touchdown 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. I think this is retired. There's other football paper out there, to use, but there we go. And I'm just lining that up using my Stampin' Up! Grid mat that I work on, or grid pad. Now all my die cutting today was done with my, my Anna Griffin Mini Empress machine. And there we go. So next I have the background, and remember that was ink blended on that March 2024 release and review. I did use Distress Oxide ink in Walnut Stain, Prize Ribbon, and Lumberjack Plaid, and I cut that 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card. So just adding that with my, with my ATG tape again. Now I'm going to stamp this happy. And that is from the Happy Hello Add-ons, what is that called? The Happy Hello Add-ons 2. There we go. And I'm just lining it up there. And I'm going to use my Lumberjack Plaid and stamp that happy. I like to use my Misty because you can stamp multiple times to get a nice clean image, especially if your stamps aren't seasoned, right? Next, I'm going to use the word Father's Day, and that is from the Happy Hello Add-ons. And I'm just lining them up using, I think these are called Misty Corners, something like that. And I'm just lining them up, and then I will stamp that in Blueprint, or in Prize Ribbon. There we go. There. And that one's stamped quite a bit better because I've used it a million times. Next, I'm using my, my Sentiment Set Ball Gnomey, and I'm going to do some stamp surgery. Now, you just have to be careful when you do this, cut in between the stamps. Be very careful. Use really sharp scissors. And I'm cutting out the part of the sentiment that says you're the best. And then I'm going to separate the best, the word best, from this as well. So I can, arrange it on one of these word bubble dies. So it will say you are the best. There we go. And that I'm stamping onto Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I'm just getting it settled. And I'm going to use Lumberjack Plaid again to stamp You Are the Best. That's the nice thing about oxide inks, because they're a blend of pigment and dye. So the pigment sits on top of the cardstock and you get a nice clear stamp sentiment. So you can use it for stamping words. Next, I'm going to stamp the sentiment Touchdown. And that is from the Root for the Gnome Team stamp set. And I'm just stamping that in the Prize Ribbon Distress Oxide ink. There we go. I love these word bubble dies from Jaded Blossom. Lots of fun. There we go. Now I cut out that circle die. So my first circle, that is a 3-inch circle cut out of that Touchdown 6-inch paper pad. Then I used a 3 1/4 inch plain circle, and it's just a nondescript circle die, not one of Jaded Blossoms. And then next I'm going to use the 3 1/2 inch scalloped circle die to add that to my stack. Now I've got that same, let me see, that same plaid polka dot paper, and that's cut at 1 1/4 inches. And then I cut the dark chocolate cardstock 1/8 of an inch larger than that. And I'm just going to add that to the left-hand side of my card front there. And I will cut off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So I'm just lining it up using that grid mat. And I will cut off the overhang, like I said, with a pair of scissors. There we go. And then this little image here, that is just to give myself, you know, a little, like a little spot for my gnome, right? So I'm lining that up. So you could use any grass paper. It just happens to be from that touchdown pad. Next, I'm going to add my little gnome on the front. That was assembled with Papertrey ink, white cardstock, Pure Poppy cardstock, American Crafts brown cardstock, P13 stamping pad skin tones. You can get that from Jaded Blossom. And Papertrey ink dark chocolate cardstock. And Recollection silver mirror cardstock. Next, I'm using some 3M foam tape to pop up these word bubbles. There we go. I'm going to peel off the backing, and then I will be adding that to the front of my card. I'm using a little bit of Bearly Art glue as well, my reverse tweezers. And I'm just going to overlap the helmet a slight bit. And then I'm going to do the same with this little oval word bubble, popping it up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals as well, which is lots of fun. There we go. I don't know if you can hear, but my cat is snoring near me right now. Off to the side, he's sawing logs. Okay, so next, I'm going to add on this other one. And I will use a little bit of Bearly Art glue as well. Just, you know, cutting off a little bit of that 3M foam tape, just making sure it fits where I want it. And I'm just going to overlap that other word bubble and get it in place. So there we go. Isn't that fun? And so there is what it looks like. Now I'm pulling out our embellishment cluster dies and our banner dies. And I cut out the little stars out of Papertrey ink Pure Poppy cardstock. And I'm going to add those to the front of the card using Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Now, I don't know if I mentioned his little beard was cut out of American Crafts brown cardstock, and I did use white daisy ink from Close to My Heart. You could use any white pigment ink, but I just inked around the edges just to make the edge of his beard, stand out and the mustache stand out, even though a lot of it's covered. If you see that, that's what that is. So I am adding, like I said, a bunch of these little stars. And because they're in the same color family, it's not too busy, but it still pops a bit, right? And there we go. Isn't this cute? I just think this is adorable. Now on the inside, because I have some more, I'm going to add another 3 because why not, right? Just using my Studio Catty embellishment wand to do that. Whoops. And there we go. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Remember, there is that assembly video that you can check out and that release and review to see me ink blend the backgrounds. And that is all. Thanks everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.